All right, everybody, welcome back to the podcast. I've got a special guest. This is a treat for you guys. This guy is a mentor of mine, a friend of mine. I've known him for about 5 years since I've been in the insurance business, and has helped me tremendously growing in this business. And I still remember the first time we met, and he was flying to Hawaii, and he said, "Hey, make sure you have your license by the time I get back." And I was like, "Okay, challenge accepted." And I was licensed. That was the motivation to get my insurance license and grow my career and grow this agency. So I want to introduce you to none other than Mr. Michael Killimett. How you doing, Mike?
Doing great, Jermaine. I was telling someone that story the other day.
Yeah?
I can't remember who it is. Who was I? I was talking to James. He's a new agent. And I said, because he's here today.
Yes.
I think you met him. And I was like, I'm going to introduce you to Jermaine. I told him that same story. He came to the office. I was going on a trip. He was licensed when I got back, and it's been good ever since.
Yeah, 100%.
That's a great story.
Yeah, absolutely, man. That was there was motivation. I'm like, this guy's going to Hawaii for a week. This thing works.
It does. It does.
So,
you thought about that. That's good.
Yeah, absolutely. So, but thanks for being here today. We're having our team huddle and wanted to get with you, share a little bit, of your experience in the industry, and some tips for agents getting started as well. So, give everybody that don't know, because now they're getting introduced, give them a little bit of your backstory and how you got introduced to insurance.
All right. Yeah, it's pretty simple. Played some baseball in college. When I got done with that, I had 2 restaurants. I had a pizzeria and a steakhouse. And then I got into real estate. And in 2009, when the market was, I couldn't get a loan and couldn't buy any more real estate, I found insurance. Or insurance found me, actually.
Yeah.
I had actually a headhunter called. It was like, you need to look at this company. And I was like, I don't even know how to spell insurance. I don't want to do life insurance. And then another one called, and another one called. I'm like, maybe I'm missing something. Yeah. So I looked at it, and I'm like, man, I remember the first meeting I was at, the guy is explaining it, and I'm like, I raised my hand. He goes, no, we don't do questions. I go, no, this is an important question. And I said, is this legal? And he's like, yeah, it's legal. You got to get a license from the state. And I was like, all right. So I got up. He goes, where are you going? I said, I'm going to get my license. So
pretty clear.
It's pretty simple. 1 + 1 is 2.
Yeah.
And I can make a lot of money doing this. So, that's how I got started.
Wow, that's pretty cool. And you've been with FFL since day one. Yeah. What was that like in the early days? You guys had a company you started with initially and decided, branch off, start your own thing. So what was that like in the first days of getting this thing started, and also just seeing how the company's grown over the years?
Yeah, it's been fun.
Yeah.
It's been fun. I know we went through a lot of different challenges, and I think you go through all challenges in life. It is what it is. It makes you stronger and better. But I at the beginning, we really, there wasn't a ton of us. Me and Sean and a handful of other guys, and we didn't have a whole lot of leads. We were working older leads. We had, we're figuring that out. And the funny part is, I don't think when Sean thought about Family First Life, it was just, hey, let's make our life better.
Yeah.
And this thing snowballed because I think we didn't, for him and myself, we wanted to make other people's lives better as well. And that's why it snowballed.
Yeah.
We didn't know it was going to do that. We're just trying to, what's better for the agent and the clients is is good for the company. And that's how we kind of worked it. And I won't give you that pill in the snow, but man, I was selling life insurance in Alabama, and we didn't have very many companies, and one of them didn't sell term in Alabama. They only sold whole life. So I'm like, well, this is a problem. So I got really good at final expense because that's all I could, at the time, that's all I could sell in Alabama. And so yeah, it was fun, and we learned a lot. We've grown a lot. Just the Killimett Agency in FFL Southeast, first year we did 1.4 million.
Yeah,
the whole year. And this last year we just finished up. Well, we're halfway through 2000, but was 170 million.
Oh, wow.
So it's gone fast.
Yeah, it's grown.
We've helped a lot of families. So you've been a big part of that. So thanks.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I appreciate being a part of it. And I just knew from talking with you, and I don't know if I ever told you this side of the story, but after I'd spoken with you initially, I'd talking to a guy at my church that was, like a mentor at the time. And he was like, man, don't just jump on the first one that you see. Why don't you talk to some other companies? And I did do that. And there was just something about you that just resonated with me. And, it's that just that desire to help people. And, there's a quote that I live by, which I probably mess up now because I'm nervous, but it says, life is not about how long you've lived, but by how many people are better off because you lived, right? So it's not the number of years, it's how many people are you impacting. Yeah. And that's how we came up with the name of the Impact Agency, because I want to make sure that, I carry on that legacy of Family First Life, yourself, Killimett Agency, of being able to impact a lot of people. But, I appreciate you, for being in business and giving this opportunity to so many people. So, and I know it wasn't easy, because it's not easy for me. So people look at it and say, oh, well, 170 million last year, that was easy. So what were some of the struggles that you could share?
Yeah. I mean, it's all, I mean, it's like, if you look at, it's a business. Yeah. So as you run it, you're going to have chargebacks. You're going to have people quit that you think are going to be great agents, right? Because you said we want to see others win, and sometimes you want to see them win more than they want to win. Yeah. Does that make sense? And that's hard. But I can tell you this to make it easy, and you do a wonderful job with this, and is if we keep a good schedule, because it's just like, so I like to play golf. Yeah. You and I've talked about that, and but if you hit balls on the driving range and you hit it, which I don't practice because I don't have time to practice, but the pros practice. They hit thousands of balls. Like Tiger Woods hits thousands of golf balls, and his swing is the same. Like if you watch a golf tournament, their swing, they look like robots, right? Yeah. It's just like, man, it's weird. And my swing's not like like from the tee box to the fairway, it's a different swing every day. Because I don't practice. This business is the same way. If you practice it, which I mean by, we're here today on Monday. If you're in the office on Monday dialing, and then you go see families, whether it's over the phone or in person, Tuesday and Wednesday, and then you dial again Thursday and Friday. If you do that every week, this thing gets easier. Yeah. What's hard about it is life gets in the way. Yeah. Right? So Monday something happens. You got a flat tire. Or your wife needs you to do something on Monday. So you don't come to the office and dial. So now you're behind. Now you have to dial on Tuesday, and then you're running Wednesday, Thursday. So now you're missing the Thursday meeting. Yeah. You're dialing Friday. Now you're only running Saturday. So it's like the hardest thing for me early on was learning to do that repetitively. Monday dial, run, dial, run. That, and then when I started doing that, and we've been doing it since that's what works. Yeah. But you can't let life get in the way. Today's my birthday. Yep. We talked about it.
Happy birthday.
But I'm here. It's like, it's Monday. It's just another day. Yep. And, so it's like, I've been doing that for over 12 years now. And I think that's the hardest part for a new agent. Yeah. That's where they'll fail, because in 6 months in, I almost quit because I wasn't doing this. I wasn't doing the schedule. And the twins were like 8 months old. So I would go get diapers. I would go to the grocery store, get what I was the best stay-at-home dad ever, and but it's when I switched around, I was like, nope, Monday, no matter what's going on Monday, I got to be at the office. Yeah. And then I got to dial, whether now it's dial to hire and recruit agents and to help others, but at the time I got in there to book appointments. Yeah. And I think that's the best advice I can give a new agent is you have, at the beginning, this is a job. Selling life insurance is a job. If you don't go sell life insurance, yes, we got some renewals. Yes, we got, you got your back end money on stuff you have sold. But if you don't do it every week, you don't get paid. Yeah. And then when you recruit agents and help them do it, then you have a business. Yeah. So, but at the beginning, you have to have a job, because you have to have a job to support the business.
Business, exactly.
So that's the hardest part was being dedicated. Now I'm the boss. I got to fire me. Yeah. It's easy, right? It's easy to,
yeah, I'm going to take the day off.
Yeah. You don't have to ask anybody.
No.
Right?
You look in the mirror, you deserve a day off today. Okay, go ahead.
That's right.
So, well, when you look at it long term, one of the agents here, Emmanuel, there's a phrase that he said one time was, if you give it a year and you'll have a career. I think a lot of people get in this business and it's like they want to dip their toes in the water. They want to jump in. And then if they do jump in, it's like, all right, this need to work in 30 days. So what do you say to that for a new agent looking at this business? What time frame should they be given it in expectation?
Yeah, that's good, because I feel the same way. If I can get an agent making enough money to stay around for a year, I have an agent for life.
Yeah.
Because once they get to that months 10, 11, and 12, they start getting the back end money that they forgot about, and then they're like, oh, I must have had a good week last year. I just get paid $500 from the back end money. So that is true. If you can keep them for that, and you might have to help them with lead. You have to. They're like babies. Like we have to feed them.
Yeah.
And then another thing I was thinking about this morning driving over here, because I know you have faith.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna share this. Remind me to share this downstairs too.
Yeah.
I think people have faith, and I'm not getting religious on whatever you have faith in, but then they don't have faith here. I don't understand that. Like, I see it on Facebook. I see it. They're posting, this is great. I have faith. This is going to work out. Well, how come you don't have faith in your business? It's the same faith you have outside of this business. And because for me, when things weren't good, Jermaine, I had faith that it would still work.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I had the same faith I had in what I believed in outside for my family. My life's going to be fine. I have the same faith inside the business. And we have people that say they have faith, but then they don't have faith. They're like, oh, it doesn't work. I'm like, what do you mean it doesn't work? It didn't work last place you're at either.
Yeah.
But how come? I think if we can put the faith we have in our life in this business as well, then just know it's going to work out. If you go to work, it's not going to work out if you take Mondays off, but it does work out if you put the same energy and effort into this business and have the same faith that this business is going to work. Because we went through tough times. I mean, there's been times I've been out selling. I was like, man, I just had to charge back. I don't know how I'm going to pay this. I got to move this money over here. I mean, we're all human. That happens when you run this business. But I always had faith, Jermaine, that it would work.
Yeah.
I never, and an old mentor of mine said, I said, how does this work? How do people fail? I don't understand. Like, this is the best business ever. How do people fail? He's like, they quit.
Yep.
And I'm like, they quit before they learn how to do this. And so I think if you can take the faith and energy you have in your life and whether you're hoping or wishing that something's going to happen good, do the same here. Because if you hope and wish and work here, it does happen.
It does happen.
Yeah. So.
And it's funny you mentioned that, because I was listening to a podcast and they were talking about the zero option mentality and the no quit mentality, and most of the people who win in life is because they first make the decision that they're not going to quit. Like, hey, this is going to work. So for you, it sounds like you had that belief from the get-go. Like, once you saw this opportunity, you knew it was going to work, and you just went and put the action behind it. Is that about right?
Exactly right. That's why I left. I literally left in the middle of the meeting. He's like, you can't leave. I'm like, no, I'm good. I'll be with you. I'll sign up with you. Whatever you need me to do, I'm gonna get my license. He's like, it was the weirdest thing ever, But he and I had a good relationship after that. But I did. I saw the numbers. It made sense. I'm like, so I can make X amount per sale. I gotta go make X amount of sales, 5 sales or whatever, help 5 families, and then I can recruit and also help them. And I did. From day one, it was like a lot of people go, I'm gonna wait till I get good. Well, if I'd have done that, I'd have been in trouble, because I didn't get good for like 2 years. Like, it took me time, but I didn't quit. But you know what? I had 30 or 40 men and women working with me by the time I got good at it.
Makes sense.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And some of you guys are waiting till you get good at it. Now you're 2 years behind in building a business, and it makes no sense for me. And I always wanted others to do better than me anyways.
Yeah.
And I think that's a lot. Well, I want to prove. I'm like, no, dude, it works. You don't have to prove it.
Yeah.
Look around this room. There's plenty of people in this room that it works.
Yep.
So so that's important too.
Yeah, 100%. And what does it feel like now in this position as you're looking at the agency? You're continuing to grow it, continuing to help agents. You're here on your birthday pouring into us, but you're also able to see kind of the fruits of your labor. You're able to see the from the struggle to now where you have agents that are able to provide for their families, like myself and multiple others. So from that vantage point, how does that feel? And also looking at the future of where things are going with the company.
All right, yeah. You try to make me cry. All right.
Save some tears for later, because I'll ask you that question.
Yeah, it is. It's rewarding. Sean and I were talking about this earlier this week, and it's cool. And when we started. Like, we were literally, his house was a small house. He lived in Connecticut, and we were literally playing wiffle ball in his living room. So it's like, you think, like we were starting the company, wasn't really thinking real nice in there because we were playing wiffle ball.
Yeah.
He wasn't worried about breaking anything. And, but it was, and so I tell you that to say, we did have to pay our bills. Like when we got our license, because I know there's new people listening to this thing as well, don't think that it goes from, you get your license and then you start worrying about helping others all of a sudden. Because if you don't help yourself first, like the airplane, the mask drops down, you got to put the oxygen on you first or you're going to die. You won't be able to help anybody else. So I'm not confused that I had to go make money first for my family to pay my bills before I could even attempt to help you.
Yeah.
So I don't want them to get confused that you get your license, all of a sudden you're wanting to help others. You're being able to give money. Now I did give money to others when I didn't have it.
Yep.
Really, but that was the faith thing again.
Yep.
It's like, I mean, I just felt like if I give it, tenfold comes back.
Yeah.
In a book I read, so it tells you that.
Yep.
And it's true. But so to be able to watch, we were talking earlier, you just guys got back. It was your anniversary, right?
Yep. 16 years.
Yeah. So you were able to do that. You're like, we extended it 2 days. I was like, dude, that's awesome. I'm thinking, man, when you tell me, I'm like, that's phenomenal.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I know where you were working your butt off when I met you, driving Uber, doing another job.
Yep.
To pay your bills. You were doing okay. But you're working 100 hours a week, and then to watch my sister and Brent Abernathy is my brother-in-law. He's one of my biggest managers, is my biggest manager. They just built a house on the water. We just spent the 4th with them at their house on the water, going out and it's not really about the material things, but it's about how you guys are able to live your life better.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? I watched the way his girls are around him and my sister. I know your girls and your sons are different. They're, you and I have different conversations. We're talking about private school building, with you. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, that's super rewarding. But I think if you don't help others, you'll never get that reward. Mm-hmm. And if you don't work, you'll never be able to get the first reward, is having income to help others.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's how it changed. It's changed over the 12 years for me. And that's why I'm still here today. I love when I walked in seeing all the agents dialing. I'm like, dude, this is like the old office. Like this is like boiler room. They're all talking. You can't hear. It's like, this is great. And it's like a proud big brother moment.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. And it is, so rewarding. And that's what I want people to get as they watch this podcast, whether it's new or they're not with Family First Life. It's the idea that you can really, the insurance industry, and especially here at Family First Life, you get to design the life that you want. And we just talked about it with a couple of the other guys. It's you get to, whether it's financial freedom or just true freedom in general, because a lot of people are struggling now with the economy that we have and jobs that they have. And, being able to be in a business like this that you've been through a bunch of different economic times and you've seen the economy fluctuate, but the insurance business has been on the rise and it's been steady pretty much the entire time, right?
That's right.
And so being able to have this opportunity to come work with us and being able to design the life that you want for you and your family, it's so amazing. And I'm so grateful for it as you are, Mike. If we have someone watching now, Mike, and we'll wrap with this, that's considering, hey, should I do this insurance thing? Should I join Family First Life? What's that all about? I might be a little bit nervous about making a career change with what's going on in the economy. What would you say to them?
The insurance business itself is the best industry to be in, hands down today. I don't know where you can our agents literally at Family First Life have the opportunity to take a stack of leads, whether they be old, new, it doesn't matter. Take a stack of leads, put in the work, and go make money that week. As soon as they get their license, as soon as they get contracted. And I don't know where in America you can go. Like if you have a job, you can't go into your job and go, you know what, I need a couple extra grand today. Can I work over the weekend? Your boss is going to be like, no, dude, no, we're not paying any overtime here. And at Family First Life in the insurance industry, you can do that.
Yep.
You can go work as hard as you want to work. You can make that money. That's your money that we don't pay you. Family First Life doesn't pay you. Americo, all our carriers pay you. And at Family First Life, we're going to give you the opportunity to have the highest comp. And you can't say the training's not any good because you can't, a lead's a lead. So it's like, because you cannot do, I think Family First Life, we're going to do, I think that we did 500 or 600 million last year.
600 million.
So you cannot help that many families, and the leads suck and the training sucks. It just, the math doesn't add up. So I think, the insurance industry is the best industry, hands down. And Family First Life is the best IMO, hands down, out there. And we really want you to win. We want you to succeed. But you have to do the work. If you do the work, you will succeed. So.
Yeah, absolutely. I like to tell everybody, hey, we're going to give you the tools and resources of support you need. And if you're successful, you get the credit. If you're not successful, you get the credit. Which credit do you want?
That's right. Yep.
So appreciate you guys watching. Mike, thank you so much. Happy birthday. Many, many more to come. And guys, like, subscribe, share this video. And if you are interested in the career here at Family First Life, reach out to us. Our number's in the show description. We'll be happy to help you come on board. All right, everybody.